to show you right here. This is the epicranius muscle. If you can see right here, the epicranius muscle basically originates from this white sheet of fibrous or connective tissue, which is the aponeurosis. So aponeurosis are flat tendinous sheets which allow sheets of muscles to get attached to bony surfaces. This is called the epicranial aponeurosis. So epicranial aponeurosis stretches all across your parietal bone of the skull, goes to the back into the occipital bone of the skull. So this first muscle that we're going to talk about, this is the epicranius muscle. This is the frontal belly of the epicranius muscle. The frontal belly of the epicranius muscle originates from the epicranial aponeurosis, and it inserts itself into your forehead right above your eyebrows. So anytime that you lift up your eyebrows, you crinkle up your forehead, you're basically contracting these muscles. You're allowing these muscles to work. So the work of the epicranial muscles, the frontal belly, is to raise your eyebrows. So raising eyebrows, crinkling up the skin of your forehead, that's what this frontal belly is doing. Now this epicranius muscle has an occipital belly which is present right here on the occipital bone. So again you can see its origin is from the occipital and the temporal bones, and you can see that it is inserting itself into the aponeurosis right here. And this, when it contracts, you can imagine, is again pulling your scalp posteriorly. So when you raise your eyebrows, you're not only using the frontal belly of the epicranius, you're also using the occipital belly of the epicranius. Your entire scalp gets pulled backwards. So pulling of the scalp backwards, that's what the posterior, this part which is called the occipital belly of the epicranius is doing. Now let's look at the face. We're going to look at two circular muscles, and these two circular muscles are going to sit around the eye, and since they are circular in shape, they are called orbicularis. Orbicularis means something which has a shape of an orbit or a circle. So orbicularis, oculi stands for eye or ocular. So orbicularis oculi. Orbicularis oculi is present around the eye, so it originates from the frontal bone, you can see, as well as from the maxillary bone, and it inserts itself into the skin around your eyelids. So closing of your eyes, blinking, squinting, all of these functions of your eye is done by this muscle, which is the orbicularis oculi. One thing when you study muscles, remember, wherever the muscles insert, that is where the action will happen. So if it's inserting itself around the skin of your eyelids, then that is the function area. So closing of your eyes, blinking, squinting, all of that is the orbicularis oculi. Now similarly, you have a circular muscle which is present around your mouth. This is the orbicularis oris. Oris stands for oral cavity. And when this muscle contracts, closing of your lips, pouting, anything that you are closing your lips to do, that is what the orbicularis oris is helping you do. Now let's look at two muscles which we call as the smiling muscles because they help us smile. This is the zygomaticus major. So look at this muscle right here. This is the zygomaticus major. The zygomaticus major, as the name suggests, originates from the zygomatic bone. It inserts itself into the lateral corner of your upper lip. So basically when it contracts, you can imagine it pulls your lips upwards and laterally. So helps you smile. So zygomaticus major, which is sitting right here, and right above it you have this one, which is the zygomaticus minor. Okay? So zygomaticus major, zygomaticus minor. The other muscle that is present right here, which is in straight line with your lip, this is called the risorius. Okay, so risorius again is helping you, kind of draws the corners of your lips laterally. So when you grimace, it's called the grimacing muscle. So when you're like, yeah, whatever, let me just keep talking, I can doze off. That kind of a look on your face when you just pull your lips on the side, that's your depressorius muscle, which is the straight muscle on the side of your lips. Again, helping you pull your lips laterally on the sides. A muscle that is slightly deep right here, this is the buccinator. Buccinator helps us kind of pull our cheeks outwards. So when we are chewing our food, if we do not pull our cheek outwards, we will tend to kind of, have our cheeks in between our jaws, and that will create immense amount of pain. So it helps you pulling your cheeks away from your jaws. It also helps in blowing out. So when you're playing a bugle or you're playing a musical instrument where you need to blow out air, that is being done by this buccinator muscle, which is right here. Okay, so now let's look at two muscles which are again above and beneath the mouth. So this muscle, this thick muscle which is right here, this is the levator labii superioris, right next to the zygomaticus minor. So if this is zygomaticus minor, right next to it, this is the levator labii superioris. Inserts itself on the top of your mouth. Again, helps you in opening up your mouth. Levator labii superioris. Underneath that, depressor labii inferioris, opening up your mouth. Again, inserts itself on the outer surface of your lip. When it contracts, it opens up your mouth. Depressor labii inferioris. This one which is on top is the levator labii superioris. This one which is underneath this is the depressor labii inferioris. So just like how elevation and depression works, that is how the nomenclature of the muscles are. On this side, you have another muscle which is known as the elevator anguli oris. It is present at an angle to your mouth. Anguli oris. Again, when it contracts, opening up your mouth from the side. The same concept on this side. This is the depressor anguli oris. Again, helping in the depression of your mouth, opening up your mouth. So depressor labii, depressor anguli oris. Depressor anguli oris on this side, levator anguli oris on this side. It's a much deeper muscle, so you can see it only when you have removed the superficial muscle. Most of these models have a bipartite kind of a distribution. You have the superficial muscles on one side, you have the deeper muscles on the other side. Another chewing muscle, this is the masseter. You will see that the masseter inserts itself into your mandible. So this will help in opening and closing of your jaw. So whenever you are contracting, you're going to close the jaw. So this is called the masseter muscle. Another muscle that helps in mastication is this huge fan-shaped muscle. This is the temporalis. You can see it inserts itself into this mandibular region. So again, contraction pulls the mandible upwards, closing of the mouth helps you in chewing. So chewing movements helped by temporalis and this masseter muscles. So when the muscles work in unison, that is the contraction of the muscles cause the same action, they're called as agonists. When they perform opposite functions, they're called antagonists. So we'll talk about agonists and antagonists as we talk about these muscles. Okay, so let me repeat these muscles one more time, and then we'll have time on our own to look at these muscles on the models. So this is the frontal belly of the epicranius. This helps in raising your eyebrows. This is the occipital belly of the epicranius, pulls your scalp backwards or posteriorly. Two circular muscles of the face, orbicularis oculi, helps in closing, blinking, squinting of your eyes. Orbicularis oris helps you in closing your mouth. The two smiling muscles, the zygomaticus major, right here, starting from the zygomatic bone originating, inserting onto the lateral upper corner, pulls. So this muscle contracting helps you in smiling. The zygomaticus minor sitting right above it. Next to the zygomatic minor, you have the levator labii superioris, opening your mouth. So pulling your mouth upwards, levator labii superioris. This is the depressor labii inferioris. Depressor labii inferioris. This is your levator anguli oris. And this right here, which is at an angle, depressor uvuli oris, again for the opening and the closing of your mouth. This straight muscle, this is the risorius, again pulling your lips laterally, deeper in. This is the buccinator muscle, and you can see the buccinator muscle is much deeper. It compresses the cheek, holds the food, when you're chewing your food, it holds the cheek away from the grinding movements of your teeth. This is your masseter muscle, helps you in your chewing movements, and agonist to that masseter is this huge temporalis muscle, this fan-shaped muscle on the side. And this muscle which is present on the chin is your mentalis, which is just like your anatomical landmark right here is mental. So the muscle on the mental is your mentalis. This one small muscle on the side is your temporoparietalis, just because of the bones that is present on. Again, it helps in pulling the scalp sideways. Temporoparietalis on the side. Okay, so now let's spend at least 10 minutes